Hi friends, welcome back to the Classy Mommy. I'm Brittany and I'm glad you're here. In today's video, I want to talk to you about modesty in the workplace. Okay, there's so many reasons why modesty is a really big and really important to me in my life. Something I've chosen to do, something that I've set my own parameters for. And before I get started, I really want to touch on that I think that there's a lot of different people's ideas of what modesty is. And I think the most important thing is that we're honoring what feels good inside of us, that we feel comfortable with. I know some people, a lot of people that I live around, and even some personal friends of mine feel really uncomfortable showing their shoulders. And for them, that is like a line that they don't cross. And I totally honor and respect that. Obviously, I feel more comfortable with that's not a line that I have. So anyways, I just want to start this video off with, I'm not going to give you like the 10 top rules of why you need, what you need to do. And I'm not even going to spell out all of the things that to me are modest, because I know that every person has just maybe a different take on what they're comfortable with. But I do want to start the conversation of why modesty is so important in the workplace, especially if you're a teacher or you work with children. Okay, the biggest reason why I think modesty is so important is because it shows a level of self-respect. Now, you can, feel free to have different opinions, and that's okay with me. But to me, it shows others that I have enough self-respect and order in my own life that I can present the best version of myself that's focused on highlighting all of me that makes me so awesome, not just, maybe my physical attributes. To me, showing respect with modesty shows that I value my outward beauty and I value my inward beauty, and that they're both amazing parts that make me me. For example, I know some people that maybe neglect taking care of their outsides because they feel like maybe showing too much attention on the outside, like in outfit planning or doing hair and makeup, or wearing a lot of accessories. I know that some people feel like that might take away from highlighting their amazing ideas or their personality or what makes them on the inside them. And I feel like that can be to an extreme, where if you neglect too much on the outside, maybe it's hard for people to feel like you're entirely put together in a well taken care of person. Because I think that the outside does reflect what's happening on the inside, and the inside is affected by what's happening on the outside as well. And then there's the other extreme, where people focus so much on the outside and the glitz and glamour and having the best outfits and having the coolest hair and the most perfect makeup, that they neglect really what's happening on the inside. But I think that modesty really helps, at least I've noticed in my life, modesty really helps highlight me taking care of my outside as an overflow of me taking care of my insides. So to me, it shows self-respect to others. And a subnote to that, I have also noticed that when I take care of myself on the outside and I dress in a way that's modest, you could even say conservative, I feel like it is quite an equalizer, and that I'm not throwing my body into the limelight, but I'm presenting myself polished and poised, and I feel like my ideas are taken more seriously. I think there's a balance. Anyways, all I'm trying to say, I guess, is that I think it reflects what's happening on the inside. Now, if my eyelashes are not on point, if my eyeliner is not happening that day, my hair is having a bad hair day, that's not necessarily a reflection that my character is poor. And I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, when attention is given, when grooming is done, when I wear clothes that fit my body and are tailored, that's maybe flatter my figure or show my figure, but are not skin tight and revealing or too short, the hemline's too short or the neckline's too low. When I am just comfortable, it does reflect so much of my insides because I'm taking care of my outsides. Now, for me, I am a teacher. I work at an elementary school. My job is very physically demanding. I am regularly on the floor tying little kindergartner shoelaces, picking up things, moving instruments around, dancing, doing choreography, lifting my arms up, bending over, helping kids, picking up stuff, and then even in my own personal life with my own children. I have a 10-month-old and a 3-year-old, and my motto is, if there could be something go wrong, it's probably going to go wrong within the realm of wardrobe problems. So that's why I regularly will wear like these little undershirts. They're fantastic. Even if it's a shirt that's not too low, just as an extra little guard. I really am careful of my hemlines as well for skirts and dresses. And there's always little mistakes. There's been a couple of times I've worn, something to work where I, like at home, I did all the different tests where you sit down and you stretch, you put your arms up, all that stuff. And I got to, I thought it was fine, and I got to work, and just the demands of the day, I realized, I am not feeling physically as free and unhindered as I would like to be, even though everything's, entirely covered up, and, private things are private. I just don't feel uninhibited in my daily, work. Either I'm tugging at something or pulling something up or pulling something down. So that is a big reason why I choose to dress modestly as well, just for functionality, working with young children. So that's kind of a little subnote right there. And my second huge reason why I really prioritize modesty when I'm dressing for work professionally is because I teach young girls and boys too, but in my classrooms, I know that a lot of young girls are looking to me as an example. So, I know that many of the girls have amazing mothers and examples of what true beauty really looks like, where they value the insides and the outsides, and it's just an overflow. And, too much attention isn't given on the physical. However, I know that that's not the experience of all of my students. Some of them have, family members who maybe, or older siblings who maybe are really focusing on the outside as being the most important, and maybe wearing things that I feel are a little bit more revealing than necessary. So for my students, I feel like I get to be, an example of what it looks like to be a woman who enjoys being a woman. I enjoy my femininity. It doesn't entirely define me, but I enjoy it, and it enhances who I am. And I think that a lot of my students, sorry, I'm pointing over here because that's where my students sit, but, I think that they're able to see that I take care of myself, but that what's inside of me is more important than all of the outsides. And I do that by respecting my students, respecting the position I have, and making sure that lines are always appropriate, and what I wear is both beautiful, elegant, and appropriate, and just shows them an example of what it can look like to be a woman who's so confident that I have value on the inside, that I can also overflow into the outside and use the outside beauty to enhance who I am on the inside. But the outside doesn't define my inside, it just enhances. So I know that I'm that for a lot of my girl students. And I know that for some of them, I'm just a different example of what a woman in femininity can look like than maybe that they see at home in their regular life. And also, as I've worked with young girls, I don't know if I've gotten to share with you guys all with some of my background in pageant coaching and managing, and just personally as well with my younger sisters and some of their friends and young girls I've gotten a chance to mentor. It really does seem like there's a point where girls are growing into their femininity, and maybe their body is starting to, change and have more of a womanly figure. And around that same time, I think embracing and understanding that those changes are amazing and wonderful, and just how, God created our bodies to change from little girls into women. And I think that should be celebrated and honored, and that is wonderful. So starting to learn how to dress, appropriately that shows our femininity, and also honors that private things are private and some things need to be reserved, and that our beauty can still shine through even if we, have things covered up. And I think that really helps our beauty shine through, at least really helps focus on what makes us truly beautiful, which is our insides and our character, what's on the inside. It does seem like, there's a transition point, and even through, high school, college, young adult, of women trying to figure out, am I good enough just for me? And I've noticed that if sometimes, if a girl or woman doesn't feel like who she has on the inside is good enough or enough, then sometimes the outsides can overcompensate to try to get that attention, to try to get that affirmation. But I have noticed that as these girls realize that who they are is amazing, and as they start nurturing their souls and their hearts, and they become confident that they are incredible just the way that they are, and they start working on themselves, then the outside is an enhancement, but not center stage, if that makes sense. So whatever stage you are in that journey of growing into your femininity and trying to find your balance between adorning your outside and making your outside beautiful and match what's going on in your inside. I just encourage you that you are enough just the way you are. Your insides, you're valuable, you're incredible. Who you are as a woman and a young woman is amazing. And I just really encourage you to let the outsides be an overflow of what's happening on the inside, that you are wonderful, you are beautiful, that your femininity is incredible, and who you are and what you have to share is enough, and to just let the outsides be an overflow, but not to neglect the outsides, but also not to put too much emphasis on the outside. So that's my encouragement for you guys today. That I know that got a little bit more on the personal side than just the professional side, but I think what we do professionally does come out of who we are personally. So yes, so many reasons why I dress modestly at work for my students, and also for my colleagues to know that I have self-respect and respect the position that we're in with our students, with parents, with our community. So many reasons. All right, let me know what kind of things you guys have to wear or be conscious of down below, because I'm sure not all of you guys are teachers, and who knows, maybe you have more strict guidelines or something at work, or anything to add to the conversation. So all right, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.